second production of What Much Ado About Nothing. Tonight's performance will be recorded, so please silence all cell phones, turn off all cell phones, etc. The show runs for an hour and 45 minutes, and there will be a 10-minute intermission where you will have concessions out there. And all proceeds from concessions will go towards the senior play, and donations are accepted. Emergency exits are behind you the way you came in, and emergency stairs are around the curtain here. This evening, Margaret Hines will be reading for the character of Verges, and Eli Denenberg will read for Antonio. I hope you enjoy the show, and welcome.
He's very near Villegas. He was not to be Villegas off when I left him.
Has he lost many men in this action?
But few of any sorts, and none to name.
I've learned here he's bestowed much honor upon a young Florentine called Claudio.
Ooh. He had borne himself beyond the promised age, doing, in the figure of a lamb, the feats of a lion.
I pray you, is Signor Montanto returned from these wars, or no?
I know none of that name, lady. There was not such in the army of any sort.
My cousin is Signor Benedict of Padua.
Oh, he's returned, and as pleasant as ever he was.
I pray you, how many hath he killed in these wars? For indeed I promise to eat all of his killing.
Faith, niece, you tax Signor Benedict too much. But he'll be meek with you, I'm sure of it.
He hath done good service in these wars, lady.
He is a very valiant trencherman. He hath an excellent stomach.
And a good soldier too, lady.
And a good soldier to a lady, but what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord, a man to a man, stuffed with all honorable virtues.
It is so, indeed. He is no less than a stuffed man. Well, for the stuffing, we're all mortal.
You must, sir, not mistake my niece. There is a merry war betwixt her and Signor Benedict. They never meet, yet there is a skirmish of wit between them.
Alas, he gets nothing by this. In our last conflict, 4 of his 5 wits went halting off, and now the whole man is governed with 1. Who is his companion now? He hath every month a new sworn brother.
He's most in the company of the right noble Claudio.
Oh, Lord, he shall hang upon him like a disease. God help the noble Claudio if he have caught the Benedict.
What friends are you, lady?
Oh, do, good friend.
You will never run mad, niece.
No, not till a hot January.
Don Pedro is approached.
Good Signora Leonata, you are come to meet your trouble. The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, and you encounter it.
Never came trouble in the likeness of your grace, but when you leave, sorrow abides and happiness takes his leave.
You embrace your charge too willingly.
I think this is our beloved Orlando's daughter.
Yes, my mother Leonata has many times told me so.
Oh, was it in doubt, lady, that you asked her?
Signor Benedict. No, for then were you a child.
Be happy, lady, for you are like your honorable mother.
If Leonata be her mother, she will not have her hair on her shoulders for all Messina as like her as she is.
Oh, I wonder that you still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
Oh, my dear Lady Disdain, are you yet living?
Is it possible Disdain shall die when she has such meat food to feed it as Signor Benedict?
It is certain I am loved of all ladies, only you excepted. I would I could find in my heart I have not a hard heart, for truly I love None.
Oh, dear happiness to women. I thank God in my cold blood I'm of your humor for that. I'd rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
Keep your ladyship still in that mind, so some gentleman or other shall skip a scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse, and 'twere such a face as yours were.
Well, you are a rare parrot teacher.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would my horse have the speed of your tongue, but keep your way. In God's name, I've done.
You always end with a jade's trick. I know you of old.
Signor Claudio, Signor Benedict, my dear friend Leonata hath invited you all. I tell her we shall stay at the least a month, and she heartily prays some occasion may detain us longer.
I must bid you welcome, my lord. Being reconciled to the prince your brother, I owe you all duty.
I thank you. I'm not of many words, but I thank you.
Please let your grace lead on.
Your hand, Leonata. We will go together.
Benedict, didst thou note the daughter of Signora Leonata?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
Is she not a modest young lady?
Oh, do you plan to buy her now that you inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a jewel? In mine eyes, she is the sweetest lady that ever I looked on.
I can see yet without spectacles, and I see no such matter. There's her cousin, and she were not possessed with a fury. Exceeds her in beauty as the 1st of May doth the last of December. But I hope you have no intent to turn husband, do you?
Oh, I would scarce trust myself, though I had sworn the contrary, if Hero would be my wife.
Is it come to this? Shall I never see a bachelor of 80 again? Look, Don Pedro has returned to seek you.
What secret hath held you here that you follow not to Leonata's?
I would your grace would constrain me to tell.
I charge thee on thy allegiance.
Oh, you hear, Count Claudio. I could be secret as a dumb man. I would have you think so, but on my allegiance, mark you this, on my allegiance. He is in love. With who? Mark out then his answer is with Hero, Leonata's thing daughter.
Amen, if you love her, for the lady is very well worthy.
That I love her, I feel.
That she is worthy, I know.
That I neither feel how she should be loved, nor I know how she should be worthy, is an opinion that fire cannot melt out of me.
Thou wast ever an obstinate heretic in the despite of beauty.
That a woman gave birth to me, I thank her. That she raised me, I likewise give her my most humble thanks, for I will not do them the mistrust to mistrust any. I will do myself the right to trust none. And the fine of which that may go the finer, I will live a bachelor.
In time the savage bull doth bear the yoke. I shall see thee, ere I die, look pale with love.
With anger, with sickness, with hunger, my lord, not with love.
Nay, if Cupid have not spent all his quiver in Venice, thou wilt quake for this shortly.
I look for an earthquake too, and so I leave you.
My liege, your highness may now do me good.
My love is thine to teach.
Hath Leonata and the deceased Orlando any son, my lord?
No child but Hero. She's there on the air. Dost thou affect her, Claudio?
Oh, my lord, when you went onward on this ended action, I looked upon her with a soldier's eye. I liked, but had a rougher task at hand, than to drive liking to the name of love. But now I am returned, and those war thoughts have left their places vacant, and their rooms come thronging soft and delicate desires, all prompting me how fair young Hero is.
If thou dost love fair Hero, cherish it. And I will break with her, and with her mother, and thou shalt have her. I know we shall have reveling tonight. I will assume thy part in some disguise, and tell fair Hero, I am Claudio. Then after, to her mother will I break, and the conclusion is, she shall be thine. In practice, let us put it presently.
Sister, can I tell you strange news that you dreamt all out?
Are they good?
They show well out. The prince hath discovered to Claudio that he loved my niece, your daughter, and meant to acknowledge it this night in a dance. And if he found her accordant, he meant to take the present time to the top and instantly break with you of it.
I will acquaint my daughter with all, so that she be better prepared for an answer. If peradventure this be true, go you and tell her of it.
good year, my lord, or are you thus out of measure sad?
There is no measure in the occasion that breeds. Therefore, the sadness is without limit.
You should hear reason.
And when I've heard it, what blessing brings it?
If God's a present remedy, at least a patient's sufferance.
I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause and smile at no man's jest. Eat when I have stomach and wait for no man's leisure. Sleep when I am drowsy and tend on no man's business. Laugh when I am merry and claw no man in his humor.
Yea, but you must not make full show of this till you may do it without controlment. You have of late stood out against your brother and he hath taken you newly into his grace.
I had rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in his grace. And this, though I cannot be said to be a flattering, honest man, it must not be denied, but I am a plain-dealing villain. I have been trusted with a muzzle and enfranchised by a clog, therefore I have decreed not to sing in my cage. If I had my mouth, I would bite. If I had my liberty, I would do my liking. In the meantime, let me be as I am and seek not to alter me.
You make no use of your discontent.
I make all use of it, for I use it only. Who comes here? What news brought you?
I came yonder from a great supper. The prince, your brother, is royally entertained by Leonata, and I can give you intelligence of an intended marriage.
Will it serve any model to build mischief on? Who is he for a fool that betroths himself to unquiet?
Mary, it is the prince, your brother's right hand.
Oh, the most exquisite Claudio!
Even he.
And who? What way looks he?
Mary, on Hero, the daughter and heir of Leonata.
A very forward march, chick. How camest you to this?
As I was smoking a musty rum, walks me the prince and Claudio in sad conference. I whipped me behind the heiress, and there it had agreed upon that the prince should woo Hero for himself, and, having obtained her, give her to Count Claudio.
This may serve food to my displeasure. That young startup hath all the glory of my overthrow. If I can cross him in any way, I bless myself in every way. You are both sure and will assist me?
To the death, my lord.
Come, let us to the great supper. Their cheer is the greater that I am subdued with the cuckworm of my mind. Come, let's go prove what's to be done.
We'll wait upon your lordship.
saw him not.
How tartly the gentleman looks. I never can see him, but I'm heartburned an hour after.
He has had a very melancholy disposition.
He were an excellent man that were just in the midway between him and Benedict. The one is too like an image and says nothing, the other ever more tattling.
Well, then half Signor Benedict's tongue in Count John's mouth, and half Count John's melancholy in Signor Benedict's face.
With enough money in his purse, such a man could win any woman in the world, if he could get her goodwill.
Faith, niece, thou will never get thee a husband if thou be so shrewd of thy tongue.
By being so cursed, God will send you no husband.
Oh, for which blessing I am at him upon my knees every morning and evening. Lord, I could not endure a husband with a beard on his face.
You may light upon a husband that hath no beard.
What should I do with him? He that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that hath no beard is less than a man. And he that is more than a youth is not for me, and he that is less than a man, I am not for him.
Well, niece, I trust you'll be ruled by your mother?
Yes, indeed, it is my cousin's duty to make curtsy and say mother as it please you. But for that cousin, let him be a handsome fellow, or else make another curtsy and say mother as it please me.
Well, Lisa, hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Not till God make men of some other metal than earth.
Make good room, the revelers are entering.
Lady, will you walk about with your friend?
So you act softly and sweetly and say nothing. I'm here for a walk, especially when I walk away.
Speak low, if you speak love.
Well, how would you did like me?
So would not I, for I have many ill qualities.
Which is one?
I say my prayers aloud.
I love you the better. The hearers may cry, Amen.
God, match me with a good dancer.
Amen.
And God, keep him out of my sight when the dance is done. Answer, clerk.
No more words. Clerk's answered.
Will you not tell me who told you so?
No, you shall pardon me.
That I was disdainful, and that I had my good wit out of the funny pages? Well, this was Signor Benedict that said so.
Benedict? What's he?
Oh, I'm sure you know him well enough.
Not I, believe me.
Why, he's the prince's jester. A very dull fool. His only gift is in devising impossible slanders, and the commendation is not in his wit, but in his villainy. I'm sure he's in the fleet.
When I know the gentleman, I'll tell him what you say.
Oh, do.
That is not Claudio. I know from my experience. Are you not the most Benedict?
You know me well. I am he.
You are very near my brother and his love. He is quite enamored on the lady. Hero, I pray you dissuade him from her. She is no equal to his birth. You may do the part of an honest man in this.
How knows you he loves her?
I heard him swear upon it.
So did I too, and he swore he would marry her tonight.
Come, let us to the banquet.
Thus answer I in the name of Benedict, but hear these ill news with the ears of Claudio. 'Tis certain so, the prince woos for himself. Friendship is constant in all other things, save in the office and affairs of love. Farewell, therefore, hero.
Count Claudio?
Yea, same.
Come, will you go with me?
Whither?
Even to the next world, for the good prince hath got your hero.
I wish him joy.
Do you think the prince would serve you thus?
I pray you, leave me.
'Twas the boy that stole your meat, and you'll beat the post?
If it will not be, I'll leave you.
Alas, poor hurt fowl. But that Beatrice should know me and not know me. The prince is fool. Huh? It may be I go under that title because I'm married? I'll be revenged as I may.
Now, Signor, where's the Count? Did you see him?
Oh, I found him here as melancholy as a lodge in a warren. I told him, and I think I told him true, that your grace had got the goodwill of that young lady.
The Lady Beatrice hath a quarrel to you. The gentleman that danced with her told her she is much wronged by you.
She has misused me past the endurance of a block. She told me, not thinking I was myself, that I was the prince's jester. She speaks poniards and every word stabs. Come, speaking out of her, for every disquiet, perturbation, and horror follows her.
Look, here she comes.
Will your grace command me to a service to the world's end? I will go in even the slightest errand you can devise to send me on. Would you desire a toothpicker from the furthest inch of Asia? Do you have any embassies to the pygmies? Just to have rather than have a 3-word conference with this harpy. Do you have no employment for me?
None but to desire your good company.
Oh God, sir, this is a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady tongue.
Boo-hoo. Come, lady, come. You have lost the heart of Signor Benedict.
Indeed. He lent me a while, and I gave him use for it. Marry, once before he won it of me with false dice, and therefore your grace may well say I have lost it.
You have put him down, lady. You have put him down.
So I would not should he do me, my lord, lest I prove the mother of fools. I have brought you Count Claudio, whom you sent me to seek.
How now, Count? Wherefore are you sad?
Not sad, my lord.
How then? Sick?
Neither, my lord.
The Count is not sad, nor sick, nor merry, nor well, but civil Count, and something of that jealous complexion.
In faith, lady, I think you're blazoned to be true. Here, Claudio, I've wooed in thy name, and fair hero is won. I broke with her mother, and her goodwill obtained. Name the day of marriage, and God give thee joy.
Count, take of me my daughter, and with her my fortunes. His grace had made the match, and all grace must say amen to it.
Amen. Speak, Count, 'tis your cue.
Silence is the perfectest herald of joy. I were but little happy, if I could say how much. Lady, as you are mine, and yours, I give away myself for you.
Speak, cousin, or if you cannot, stop his mouth with a kiss, and let him not speak neither.
In faith, lady, you have a merry heart.
Yea, my lord, I thank it. Poor fool, he keeps on the windy side of care. Oh, my cousin tells him in his ear that he is in her heart.
And so she doth, cousin.
Good lord for alliance, thus goes everyone to the world but I. I might sit in the corner and cry, hi-ho, for a husband.
Lady Beatrice, I will get you one.
I'd rather have one of your father's getting. Hath your grace nor a brother like you? Your father could get excellent husbands, if a maid can come by them.
Will you have me, lady?
No, your grace. Not unless I might have another for working days. Your grace is too costly to wear every day. Oh, I beseech you, your grace, pardon me. I was born to speak all mirth and no matter.
Your silence most offends me, and to be merry best becomes you, for out of question you were born in a merry hour.
No, my lord, my mother cried. But a star danced, and under that I was born. Cousins, God give you joy.
By my troth, a pleasant-spirited lady.
She has little of the melancholy element in her, lord.
She cannot endure to hear tell of a husband.
Oh, by no means. She mocks all her wooers out of suit.
She were an excellent wife for Benedict.
Oh God, if they were married but a week, they would talk themselves mad.
Count Claudio, when we need to go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord. Time goes on crutches till love of all its rights.
Not till Monday, my dear son, which is hence just a seventh night, but a time too short to have all things answer in my mind.
Come, I warn thee, Claudio, the time shall not go dully by us. I will, in the interim, undertake to bring Signor Benedict and the Lady Beatrice into a mountain of affection, the one with the other. I doubt not but to fashion it, if you all will let minister such assistance as I shall give you direction.
My lord, we are for you.
And I, my lord.
And you too, gentle hero?
I will do any modest office, my lord, to help my cousin to a good husband.
and Benedict is not the unhopefullest husband that I know. I will teach you how to humor your cousin, that she shall fall in love with Benedict, and I, with your help, will so practice on Benedict that, in despite of his quick wit and his queasy stomach, he shall fall in love with Beatrice. Go in with me, and I will tell you my drift.
It is so! The Count Claudio shall marry with the daughter of Leonata!
Yeah, my lord, but I can cross it.
Any cross will be medicinable to me, for I am sick in displeasure with him. How canst thou cross this marriage?
Not honestly, my lord, but so covertly that no dishonesty shall appear in it.
Show me briefly how.
I think I told your lordship how much I am in the favor of Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman hero.
I remember.
I can, at any unseasonable instant of the night, appoint her to look out at her lady's chamber window.
What life is in that to be the death of this marriage?
The poison of that lies in you to temper. Go you to the prince your brother, tell him that he hath much wronged his honor in marrying the renowned Claudio, whose estimation do you mightily hold up, to contaminated stale, such a one as Hero.
What proof shall I make of that?
Proof enough to misuse the prince, to vex Claudio, to undo Hero, and kill Leonata. Look for any other issue.
Only to despite them, for I will endeavor in anything.
Go then, find me a meet hour to draw the prince and Count Claudio alone. Tell them that you know that Hero loves me. They will scarce believe this without trial. Offer them instances, which are no less likelihood than to see me at her chamber window, hear me call Margaret Hero, hear Margaret term me Claudio, and bring them to see this the very night before the intended wedding. I will so fashion the matter, the hero shall be absent, and there shall be such seeming truth to this disloyalty, that jealousy will be called assurance, and all preparation overthrown.
I will promptly go learn their date of marriage.
I do much wonder how one man, seeing how much another man is a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he hath laughed at such shallow follies in others, fall in love. And such a man is Claudio. He was one to speak plain and to the purpose, like an honest gentleman and a soldier. And now his words are a very fantastical banquet, just so many strange dishes. May I be so converted? I think not. Till all graces come in one woman shall not come in my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise, or I'll none. Virtuous, or I'll never cheapen her. Fair, or I'll never look on her. Mild, or come not near me. Noble, or not I for an angel. of good discourse, an excellent musician, and her hair shall be what color it please God. Look, here comes Prince and Monsieur Love. I shall hide away in my arbor.
Come hither, Leonata. What was it you told me of today? That your niece Beatrice was in love with Signor Benedict?
Oh, aye. Stock on, the foul sits. I did never think that lady would have loved any man.
No, nor I neither, but most wonderful she should so dote on Signor Benedict, whom she hath in all outward behaviors seemed ever to abhor.
Is it true? Sits the wind in this corner?
By my troth, I know not what to think of it, but that she loves him with an enraged affection.
It is past the infinite of thought.
Maybe she doth but counterfeit?
Oh God, counterfeit. There was never counterfeit of passion came so near the life of passion as she discovers it.
Why, what effects of passion shows she?
Bait the hook well. This fish will bite.
What effects, my lord? She will sit.
You heard my daughter tell you how, brother.
She did indeed, sister.
How? I pray you. I would have thought her spirit had been invincible against all assaults of affection.
I would have sworn it had, my lord.
Especially against Benedict.
I should think this is a doll, but her aunt speaks it. Reverence, sure, knavery, sure cannot hide itself in such reverence.
He hath taken the infection. Hold it up.
Hath she made her affection known to Benedict?
No, I swear she never will.
That's her torment.
'Tis true indeed, so Hero says. Shall I, says Beatrice, I have so often encountered him with scorn, write to him that I love him?
Then down upon her knees she falls.
Weeps.
Sobs.
Beats her heart.
Tears her hair.
Prays. Curses. Oh, sweet Benedict. God give me patience.
She doth indeed. Hero says so.
It were good that Benedict knew of it.
To what end? He would make but a sport of it to torment the poor lady worse.
And he should, ere an alms to hang him. She's an excellent sweet lady, and she is virtuous.
And she is exceeding wise.
In everything but in loving Benedict.
I would she had bestowed this dotage on me. I would have daffed all other respects and made her half myself. I pray you, tell Benedict of it, and hear what he will say.
Were it good, think you?
Hero thinks surely she will die, for she says she will die if he love her not.
Then she will die, ere she make her love known.
And she will die if he woo her, rather than she bate one breath of her accustomed crossness.
She doth well. If she should make tender her love, 'tis very possible will scorn it. For the man, as you know all, hath a contemptible spirit.
He is a very proper man.
He hath indeed a good outward happiness.
Before God, and in my mind, very wise.
He doth indeed show some sparks that are like wit.
And I take him to be valiant.
Shall we go seek Benedict and tell him of her love?
No, never tell him, my lord.
I love Benedict well, and I should hope he would modestly examine himself to see how much he is unworthy so good a lady.
My lord, will you walk?
Dinner is ready.
Let there be the same net spread for her, and that must your daughter and her attendants carry. Let us send her to call him into dinner.
This can be no trick! The conference was sadly born. They have the truth of this from Hero. They seem to pity the lady. Love me? Why? It must be requited. They say I must bear myself proudly if I perceive the love come from her. They say too that she will rather die than show any sign of affection to me. I did never think to marry. I must not seem proud. They say the lady is fair. 'Tis the truth. And virtuous. 'Tis so, I cannot reprove it. And wise, but for loving me. By my troth, it is no addition to her wit, nor no argument of her folly, for I will be horribly in love with her. I may chance have some remnants of wit broken on me, because I have for so long railed against marriage, but doth the appetite not alter? When I said I would die a bachelor, I did never think I would live till I were married. Oh God, here comes the Lady Beatrice. By this day she is a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come in to dinner.
Lady Beatrice, I thank you for your pains.
I take no more pains for those thanks than you take pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
So, you take pleasure then in the message?
Yea, just so much as you may take upon a nice point. You have no stomach, senor. Fare you well.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come to dinner. There's a double meaning in that. I took no more pain in those than you took pain to thank me. That's as much to say, any pains I take for you is as easy as thanks. If I do not love her, I am a villain.
A song?
Yes. Yeah, come on, Bob. Play it something.
Now, when Beatrice doth come, our talk must only be of Benedict. When I do name him, let it be thy part to praise him more than any man that merits. My talk to thee must be how Benedict is sick in love with Beatrice. Now, begin, for look, where Beatrice runs to hear our conference.
Do you not refer to the dialogue?
Then we go near her, for her ear lose nothing. No, Beatrice is too disdainful. I bet her spirits are as coy and wild.
But are you sure that Benedict loves Beatrice so entirely?
so says the prince of my new troth of the Lord.
And did they bid you tell her it, madam?
They did entreat me to acquaint of it. But I persuaded them, if they love Benedict, to wish him wrestle with affection, and never to let Beatrice know of it.
And why did you so? Doth not the gentleman deserve as full as fortunate a bed as Beatrice shall ever couch upon?
Oh, God of love, I know he doth deserve as much as may be yielded to a man. But nature never framed a woman's heart of prouder stuff than thou, Beatrice. Disdain and scorn ride sparkling in her eyes, misprizing what they look on, and her wit value itself so highly that to her all matter seems weak. She cannot love. She is too self-endeared.
Sure, I think so. Therefore, certainly it were not best she would not know his love, lest she make sport at it.
Why? You speak truth. I never yet saw a man how wise, how noble, how young, how rarely featured. But turns she every man the wrong side out.
Sure, such carping is not commendable.
But who dare tell her so? If I should speak, she will mock me into air. Oh, she will laugh me out of myself, press me to death with wit. Therefore, let Benedict, like covered fire, consume away in sighs, waste inwardly.
And yet, tell her of it. Hear what she will say.
No, rather, I will go to Benedict and counsel him to fight against his passion. And truly, I'll devise some honest slanders to stain my cousin with.
Do not do your cousin such a wrong.
She cannot be so much without true judgment, having so swift and excellent as wit as she's prized to have, to refuse so rare a gentleman as Signor Benedict.
He is the only man of Italy.
Pardon me, madam, speaking my fancy, but Signor Benedict, for shape, for bearing, for argument and valor, goes foremost in report through Italy.
Indeed, he had an excellent good name.
And his excellence did earn it, or he had it. When are you married?
Why, every day. Tomorrow, come, go in.
We've caught her, madam.
Some Cupids kill with arrows, some with traps.
What fire is in mine ears? Can this be true? Stand I condemned for pride and scorn so much? Contempt, farewell. Maiden pride, adieu. No glory lives behind the back of such. And Benedict, love on, I will requite thee. Taming my wild heart to thy loving hand. If thou dost love, my kindness shall incite thee to bind our loves up in a holy band. For others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it better than reportingly.
Let's stay till your marriage be consummate, and then go I toward Ariel.
I'll bring you thither, my lord, if you'll vouchsafe me.
Nay, that would be as great a soil on the new gloss of your marriage as to show a child his new coat and forbid him to wear it. I will only be bold with Benedict for his company, for from the crown of his head to the sole of his foot, he is all mirth.
Gallants of not as I've been.
So says I. He thinks you are sadder.
I hope he be in love.
There's no true drop of blood in him to be truly touched by love. If he be sad, he wants money.
I have the toothache.
The sweet youth's in love.
The greatest note of it's in his melancholy.
And when was he wont to wash his face?
Indeed, that tells a heavy tale for him. Conclude, he is in love!
Nay, but I know who loves him.
That would I know too. I warrant, one that knows him not.
Yes, and his ill conditions, and in despite of all, dies for him.
And yet there is no charm in the toothache. Monsignor, walk aside with me. I've studied 8 or 9 wise words that these hobby horses must not hear.
For my life, to break with her about Beatrice.
My lord and brother, God save you.
Good den, brother.
If your leisure is served, I would speak with you.
In private?
If it please you, yet Count Claudio may hear, for what I would speak of concerns him.
What's the matter?
I mean, your lordship should be married tomorrow.
You know he does.
I know not that when he knows what I know.
If there be any impediment, I pray you discover it.
The lady is disloyal.
Who? Hero?
Even she, Leonardo's hero, your hero, every man's hero.
Disloyal?
The word is too good to paint out her wickedness. Think you of a worse title, and I will fit her to it. Go but with me tonight, and you shall see her chamber window entered, even the night before her wedding day. If you love her then, tomorrow wed her, but it would better fit your honor to change your mind.
May this be so?
I will not think it.
If you will follow me, I will show you enough, and when you have seen more and heard more, proceed accordingly.
Oh, day untowardly turned.
Oh, mischief strangely thwarting.
Oh, plague right well prevented, is what you will say when you have seen the sequel.
Good men and true!
Yes, yes, sir! Yea, or else it would be pity that they should suffer salvation, body and soul.
Nay, that were a punishment too good for them. They should have any allegiance being chosen for the prince's watch.
Prince's watch, yes, sir! Well, give them their charge, neighbor Dogberry.
First, who think you the most desertless person to be constable?
Me.
Primo, yes.
Hugh Oatcake, sir? Or George Seacole, for he can write Andrew.
Come hither, neighbor Seacole. To be a well-favored man is the gift of fortune, but to read and to write comes by nature.
Both which master constable?
You have. I knew it would be your answer. Give God thanks and make no boast of it. And for your writing and reading, let that appear when there is no need for such vanity.
Yes, sir.
Segundo!
Yes, sir!
You are thought to be the most senseless and fit man for constable of the watch. Therefore bear you the lantern, and bid any man stand in the prince's name.
Stand!
How if he will not stand?
Why then, you are to let him alone, and presently call the rest of the watch together and thank God you're rid of a name!
Yeah! If he will not stand when he is bidden, he is none of the prince's subjects.
True, and they are to meddle with none but the prince's subjects.
I knew that, yeah.
They shall also make no noise in the streets, for to hear the watch babble and to talk is most tolerable and not to be endured.
We would rather sleep than talk, sir.
We know it belongs to a watch.
Yeah, we do.
I cannot see how sleeping should offend. Only have care that your bills be not stolen, and you are to call it all the speakeasies, and bid those that are drunk get them to bed.
Sir, how if they will not?
Why then, you are to let them alone till they are sober.
Well, sir.
Yes. No. We can't talk about that now. But maybe, no. Yes, indeed. If you meet a thief, why the less you meddle or make with them, why the more is for your honesty.
If we know him to be a thief, shall we not lay hands on him?
You may, but I think they that touch pitch be defiled. The most peaceable way, if you do meet a thief, It is to let him show what he is and steal out of your company.
You've always been called a merciful man, partner.
Truly, I wouldn't hang a dog by my own will, let alone a man who hath any honesty in him.
If you hear a child cry in the night, you must call the nurse and beat her stick.
Sir,
Oh my goodness.
what if the nurse be asleep and will not hear us?
Why then, you are to part in peace and let the child wake her with crying!
It is very true.
This is the end of your charge. Constable, come forth. You are to present the prince's own person, and if you meet the prince in the night, you may stay him.
Nay, by Our Lady, I think he cannot.
Marry, sir, not without the prince be willing, of course, for the watch ought to offend no man, and it is an offense to stay a man against his will.
By Our Lady, I think it be so.
Well, good night, neighbors. If there be any matter of weight chances, call up me. Keep your fellows' counsels and your own about you. And good night.
Good night, sir.
Come, neighbor.
Well, masters, we hear our charge.
Let's go sit here in front of the church bench. Go through and then all to bed.
One more word, neighbors! I pray you watch over Signora Leonata's door. For the wedding being tomorrow, there is a great coil tonight. Adieu. Be vigilant. I beseech you.
What, Conrad? Peace, stir not. Conrad, I say.
Here, man, at thy elbow.
Mass in my elbow, which I thought there were a scab follow.
Allo dienator for that, and now forward with thy tell.
Stand thee close, and I will, like a true drunkard, utter all to thee.
Some treason, masters.
Yet stand close.
Your men forward with thy tell.
Therefore now I have earned of Don John 1,000 ducats.
It is impossible that any villainy should be so dear.
Thou shouldst rather ask if it possible any villainy should be so rich, for when rich villains have need of poor ones may make what price they will.
I wonder at it.
That shows thou art unconfirmed. Thou knowest the fashion of a doublet or a hat or a cloak is nothing to a man.
Yes, it is apparel.
I mean the fashion.
Yes, the fashion is the fashion.
Tush, I may as well say the fool's the fool. But seest thou not, I say, what a deformed thief this fashion is?
I know that deformed. He has been a vile thief this 7 year.
I know his name. He walks up and down like a gentleman.
Didst thou not hear somebody?
No. It's the vein on the house.
But seest thou not, I say, what a deformed thief this fashion is? How giddily he turns out all the hot bloods between 14 and 5 and 30, sometimes fashioning like the Pharaoh's soldiers in the Ricci painting, sometimes like the God-Bell's priest in the old church window, sometimes like the shaven Hercules in the smirched Warmian tapestry, where his codpiece seems as massy as his cloak.
All this I see. And I see that the fashion wears out more apparel than a man. But art thou not thyself giddy with the fashion too, that thou hast shifted out of thy talent to telling me of the fashion?
Not so neither. But know that tonight I have wooed Margaret, the lady here's gentlewoman, by the name of Hero. She leans me out her mistress' chamber window, bids me 1,000 times good night. I tell this tale, Wild. I should first tell thee how the prince, Count Claudio, and my master, planted and placed and possessed by my master, Don John, saw far off in the orchard this amiable encounter.
And thought they, Margaret was hero.
2 of them did, the prince and Claudio, but the devil, my master, knew she was heroine, Margaret, and partly by his oaths, which first possessed them, and partly by the dark night, which did deceive them, but chiefly by my villainy, which did confirm any slander Don John had made, away when Claudio enraged swore he would meet her at the temple as he was appointed next morning, and before the whole congregation, shame her with what he saw her night, and send her home again without a husband.
Oh, what a brazen-faced varlet art thou! A knave, a rascal, one that wouldst be bought in a way of good service. Thou art nothing but a beggar, a coward. I pity thy conscience.
My conscience is in my purse, and it is a weighty thing.
We charge you in the prince's name, stand! Stand!
Call for the right master constable.
We have here recovered the most dangerous piece of lechery in the history of the Commonwealth.
Hold, I'm a gentleman. This scoundrel is the rogue.
Never speak. It would do good for you to obey you to go with us.
We're like to prove a goodly commodity being taken up with these men's bills.
A commodity in question, I warrant you. This may cost me dear. Come, against my will, I'll obey you.
A most rare fashion, I say.
God give me joy to wear it, for my heart is exceeding heavy.
'Twill be heavier soon by the weight of a man. Ashamed of what, later? Speaking honorably, is a beggar not honorable in marriage? Is your lord not honorable without marriage? Ask my lady Beatrice else. Here she comes.
Good morrow, cuz.
Good morrow, sweet hero.
Why, how now? Do you speak in a sick tune?
I'm all out of other tune, methinks. This is almost 5 o'clock, cousin. 'Tis time you were ready. But by my troth, I am exceeding ill. Hi-ho!
For a hawk, a horse, or a husband.
What means the fool?
Oh, nothing I, but God give everyone their heart's desire.
These gloves the Count sent me. They're in an excellent perfume.
I am stuffed, cousin. I cannot smell.
Oh, get you some of this distilled Cardus Benedictus and lay it to your heart. This is the only thing for a qualm.
Benedictus! Lord Benedictus, you have some moral in this Benedictus.
By my troth, I have no moral meaning.
Oh, God.
'Tis truly nothing, my sweet lady Beatrice.
Oh my goodness. Should Mother be here by now? We've got to get to the wedding.
I'm so happy about these gloves.
Wait.
Daughter, withdraw. The prince, the count, Signor Benedict, Don John, and all the gallants of the town are come to fetch you to church.
Come help Josie, good cousin Meg.
What would you with me, honest neighbors?
Marry, madam, I would have some confidence that discerns you nearly.
Brief, I pray you, see, is a busy time for me.
Marry, this it is, madam.
Yes, in truth, it is, madame. What is it, my good friends?
Good man Verges, madam, speaks a little off the matter. An old man, madam, as honest as the skin between his brows.
Yes. I thank God I am as honest as any man living that is an old man and no honester than I.
Comparisons are odorous, neighbor Verges.
Neighbors, you are tedious.
It pleases your ladyship to say so. Oh, and though we be but the poor duke's officers, by mine own part, if I could find it all in my heart, if I were as tedious as a king, I would bestow it all on your ladyship.
All thy tediness on me, huh?
Yea, and were 1,000 pound more than 'tis, for I hear as good exclamation on your part as anyone in the city. And though I be but a poor man, I am glad to hear it.
And so
Am I?
I would fain know what it is you have to say.
Mary, madam, our watch tonight, except in your ladyship's presence, hath taken a couple as errant knaves as Zenny and Messina.
Well said, in faith, neighbor Verges. Now, come, God's a good man, and 2 men ride of a horse. One must ride behind. God is to be worshipped. Not all men are alike. Alas, neighbor Verges.
Indeed, good neighbor, he comes too short of you.
The gifts that God gives.
I must leave you.
One more word. Please, our watch have comprehended 2 auspicious persons, and we would pray have them examined before your ladyship this morning.
Take their examination yourself and bring it to me. I am in great haste as it may appear unto you.
It shall be suffigance.
Drink some wine ere you go.
My lady, we stay for you to give your daughter to her husband.
I'll come with you, I'm ready.
Go get you George C. Cole and bid him bring his inkhorn and pen to the jail. We have the excommunication to examine.
And we must do it wisely.
come hither to marry this lady?
No. To be married to her. Friar, you come to marry her.
My lady, you come hither to be married to this count?
I do.
If either of you know any inward impediment why you should not be conjoined, I charge you on your souls to utter it.
Know you any, hero?
None, my lord.
Know you any, Count?
I dare make his answer. None.
Oh, what men dare do, what men may do, what men daily do, not knowing what they do.
How now, interjections?
Stand thee by. Lady, by your leave, will you with free and unconstrained soul give me this maid, your daughter?
As freely son as God did give her me.
And what have I to give you back, whose worth may counterpoise this rich and precious gift?
Nothing, unless you render her again.
Sweet prince, you learn me noble thankfulness. There, Leonardo, take her back again. Give not this rotten orange to your friend. She's but the sign and semblance of her honor. Behold how like a maid she blushes here. But she knows the heat of a luxurious bed. Her blush is guiltiness, not modesty.
What do you mean, my lord?
Not to be married, not to knit my soul to an approved wanton.
Dear my lord, if you in your own proof have vanquished the resistance of her youth and made defeat of her virginity.
I know what you would say. If I have known her, you will say she did embrace me as a husband, and so extenuate the forehand sin. No, Leonata, I never tempted her with word too large, but as a brother to his sister, showed bashful sincerity and comely love.
Have you ever seen me otherwise?
Honor on thee, seeming, I will write against it. You seem to me as Diane in her orb, as chaste as is the bud ere it be blown, but you are more intemperate in your blood than Venus, for those savage animals that rage in savage sensuality.
Is my lord well that he does speak so light?
Sweet prince, why speak not you?
What should I speak? I stand dishonored, that have gone about to link my dear friend to a common stale.
Are these things spoken out of a dream?
Lady, they are spoken, and these things are true.
This looks not like a nuptial.
True! Oh, God!
Leonata, stand I here. Is this the prince? Is this the prince's brother? Is this face heroes? Are our eyes our own?
Oh, this is so, my lord, but what of this?
Let me move but one question to your daughter. By that motherly and kindly power that you have in her, bid her answer truly.
I charge thee do so, as thou art my child.
God defend me! How am I beset? What kind of catechizing call you this?
To make you answer truly with your name.
Is it not Hero? Who can blot that name with any just reproach?
Mary, that can't Hero. Hero itself can blot out Hero's virtues. What man was he talking with you yesterday night out at your window betwixt 12 and 1? Now, if you are a maid, answer to this.
I saw with no manner at that hour, my lord.
Why, then are you no maiden? Leonata, I'm sorry you must hear, upon mine honor. Myself, my brother, and this grieved count did see her, hear her, at that hour last night, talk with a ruffian at her chamber window, who hath indeed most like a liberal villain confessed the vile encounters they have had 1,000 times.
Fie, they are not to be named, my lord, not to be spoken of. There is not enough chastity in language without offense to utter them. Thus, pretty lady, I am sorry for thy much misgovernment.
Oh, Hero, what a hero hadst thou been, if half thy outward graces had been placed about thy thoughts and counsels of thy heart. But fare thee well, most foul, most fair. Farewell, thou pure impiety and impious purity. For thee, O luck of all the gates of love, and all beauty, the thoughts of harm. Never shall it more be gracious.
With no man's dagger, you're a point for me.
Oh, Hero, our horny, sink down!
Come, let us go. These things come thus to light, hath smothered her spirits up.
How doth the lady?
Dead, I think. Help! Aunt! Hero, why, Hero? Signor Benedict, Friar, Auntie!
Fate, take not away thy heavy. Death is the fairest cover for her shames may be wished for. Dost thou look up?
Yea, wherefore should she not?
Wherefore? Why? Doth not every earthly thing cry shame upon her? Can she here deny the story that is printed in her blood? Do not live, Hero. Do not ope thine eyes. For did I think thou wouldst not quickly die? Thought I thy spirits were stronger than thy shames, I myself would, under rearward of reproaches, strike at thy life! Why have I won? Why wast thou ever lovely in my eyes? Grieved I had but one? Chid I for frugal nature's frame? Why had I not with charitable hand taken up a beggar's issue at my gate, who smirched and mired thus with infamy, so that I may say, no part of this is mine. This shame derives itself from unknown ones. But mine, and mine I loved, and mine I praised, and mine so much that I myself was to myself not mine. Oh, valuing of her, why, oh, she has fallen into a pit of ink that the vast sea has dropped too few to wash her clean, and salt too little to season give to our foul-tainted flesh.
Lady, be patient. For my part, I'm so attired and wonder I know not what to say.
On my soul, my cousin is belied.
Lady, were you her bedfellow last night?
No, truly not. Although I have until this last night been her bedfellow.
Confirmed. Would the prince's lie? Would Claudio lie? That loved her so, that speaking of her shames, washed it with tears. Hence from her. Let her die.
Hear me a little, for I've only been silent so long, and given way into this course of misfortune, by noting of the lady, and in her eye there hath a fire appeared, to burn these errors that the princess hold against her maiden truths. Call me a fool. Trust not my reading, nor my observations. Trust not my age, calling, reverence, nor divinity, if this lady lie not here guiltless under some biting error.
Friar, it cannot be.
Lady, what man is he you are accused of?
They no doubt do accuse me. I know none. If I know more of any man alive than that thou with maiden modesty doth warrant, let all my sins lack mercy. My mother, proving that any man with me converse at hours of meat, or that I yesternight maintained the change of words with any creature, refuse me, hate me, torture me to death.
There is some strange misprison in the princes.
Two of them are the very bench of honor. And if their wisdoms be misled at this, it lives in John the bastards, whose spirits toil in the frame of villainies.
If they do speak but truth of her, these hands shall tear her. If they but wrong her honor, the proudest of them shall well hear of it.
Pause a while, and let my counsel sway you in this case. Your daughter here the prince has left for dead. Let her a while be secretly kept in, and publish it that she is dead indeed. Maintain a mourning ostentation, and on your family's old monument, hang mournful epitaphs, and do all rites that appertain unto a burial.
What will become of this? What will this do?
Sister Mary, this well carried shall on her behalf change slander to remorse. That is some good.
Your daughter dying, as it must so be maintained, upon the instant that she was accused, shall be pitied, lamented, and excused. So shall it fare with Claudio. When he shall hear that she died upon his words, then shall he mourn and wish he had not so accused her. If all aim but this be levelled false, the supposition of the lady's death will quench the wonder of her infamy.
And if it sort not well, you may conceal her, as best befits her wounded reputation, in some reclusive and religious life, out of all eyes, tongues, minds, and injuries.
Lady, take the friar's advice. And though you know my ignorance is towards the prince and Claudio, I shall deal with this as justly as your soul should your body.
Being that I flow in grief, the smallest crime may lead me.
Come, lady, die to live.
This wedding day perhaps is but prolonged. Have patience and endure.
You came along on a May day. You brought me love in the spring. Now I know that
Lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
Yea, I shall weep a while longer.
I will not desire that.
You have no reason. I do it freely.
Surely I do believe your fair cousin was wrong.
How much might the man deserve of me that would right her?
Is there any way to show such friendship?
Very even way, but no such friend.
May a man do it?
It is a man's office, but not yours.
I do love nothing in the world so much as you. Is not that strange?
As strange as the thing I know not. It were as possible for me to say I love nothing so well as you. But believe me not, yet I lie not. I confess nothing, yet I deny nothing. Oh, I'm sorry for my cousin.
By my troth, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear it and eat it.
I will swear by it that I love you, and I will make him eat it that says you love not me.
Will you not eat your word?
With no sauce that can be devised to it, I protest I love thee.
Why then? God forgive me.
What offense, sweet Beatrice?
You have stayed me in a happy hour. I was about to protest that I loved you.
And do it with all thy heart.
I love you with so much of my heart, there is none left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudio.
Not for the wide world.
You kill me to deny it. Farewell.
Tarry, sweet Beatrice.
I'm gone though I'm here. There's no love in you. Nay, I pray, let me go.
Beatrice.
In faith, I will go.
We'll be friends first.
Oh, you dare. Easier be friends with me than fight with mine enemy.
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is he not approved of thine a villain that has slandered, scorned, dishonored my kinswoman? Oh, that I were a man. What? Bear her in hand until they come to join hands. And then, with public accusation, uncovered slander, unmitigated rancor, oh God! That I were a man! I would eat his heart in the marketplace!
Hey, but Beatrice!
Oh, talk with a man out a window, a proper saying!
Beatrice!
His sweet hero, she is wronged, she is slandered, she is undone!
Beatrice!
Oh, princes and counties, oh, surely a princely testimony, a goodly count, a sweet gallant, oh, surely! Oh, that I were a man for his sake, or that I had a friend who would be a man for my sake. But men are only turned into tongue, and trim ones too. He's now as valiant as Hercules that only tells a lie and swears it. I cannot be a man with wishing, therefore I will die a woman with grieving.
By this hand, Beatrice, I love thee.
Use it for my love some other way than swearing by it.
Think you in your soul to Count Claudio hath wronged hero?
Yea, as sure as I have a thought or a soul.
Enough. I am engaged. I will challenge him. I will kiss your hand. And so I leave you. By this hand, Claudio shall render my challenge a dear account. As you hear of me, so think of me. Go, comfort your cousin, for I must say she is dead. And so, farewell.
Assembly appeared!
Yes, sir. A stool for the sexton?
Which be the malefactors?
Mary, that am I and my partner.
Nay, that's certain. We have an exhibition to examine.
But which are the offenders that are to be examined? Let them come before Master Constable.
Yea, Mary, let them come before me. What is your name, friend?
Borachio.
Pray, write down Borachio. Yours, Sirrah?
sir. I'm a gentleman, and my name is Conrad.
Write down Master, Gentleman, Conrad. Masters, do you serve God?
Yea, sir, we hope.
Write down that they hope they serve God. And write God first, for God should go before such villains. Masters, it is proved already you are little better than false knaves. How answer for yourselves?
Marry, sir, we say we are none.
A marvelous, witty fellow, I assure you, but I will go about with him. Come you hither, sirrah, a word in your ear. Sir, it is said you are false knaves.
Sir, I say to you, we are none.
Well, stand aside, for God they are both entailed. Have you heard down that there are none?
Master Constable, you go not the way to examine. You must call forth the watch, who are their accusers.
Yea, Mary, that's the aftest way. Let the watch come forth. Masters, I charge you in the prince's name, accuse these men.
This man said, sir, that Don John, the prince's brother, was a villain.
Pray, write down Prince John a villain. Why, it is flat perjury to call the prince's brother villain. Pray thee, fellow peace. I do not like thy look, I promise thee.
What heard you him say else?
Mary, that he hath received 1,000 ducats of Don John for accusing the lady hero wrongfully.
Flat burglary, as ever was committed.
Yea, by mass, that is. What else?
And that Claudio did mean, upon his words, to disgrace Hero before the whole assembly.
And not marry her.
Oh, villain, thou wilt be condemned into everlasting redemption for this.
What else?
This is all.
And this is more, masters, than you can deny. Prince Don John has his Mourning secretly stolen away. Hero was in this manner accused, in this very manner abused, and by the grief of it, suddenly died.
Oh, good name and man and woman, you devil, is the immediate jewel of their souls. Who steals from my purse steals trash, 'twas mine to and has been slave to thousands. But he that filches from me, my good name robs of me, which not to enrich him, but makes me poor indeed. Thou art truly a villain.
Master Constable, have these men bound and brought to Leonato's. We will go before her and show her the examination.
Come, let them be opinioned.
Coxcomb!
Oh my goodness, where's the sexton? Have him write down the prince's officer, Coxcomb. Oh, come bind him, thou naughty varlet!
Way, you are an ass, you are an ass!
Oh! Dost thou not suspect my place? Dost thou not suspect my years? Oh, that he were here to write me down an ass! But masters, remember that I am an ass. Though it be not written down, yet forget not that I am an ass. Know thou, villain, thou art full of piety, as shall be proved upon thee by good witness. I'm a wise fellow, and which is more, a householder, and which is more, an officer, and which is more as pretty a piece of flesh as any is in Messina, and one that knows the law. Go to, and a rich fellow enough. Go to, and a fellow that hath had losses. And one that hath 2 gowns and everything handsome about him. Come, bring them away. Oh, that he were here to write me down an ass!
go on thus, you will kill yourself. And 'tis not wisdom thus to second grief against yourself.
I pray thee cease thy counsel.
Yet bend not all the harm upon yourself. Let those who do offend you suffer too.
Nay, then thou speakst treason. I will do so. My soul does tell me that Hero is belied, and that shall Claudio know, and so shall the princes, and all those who thus dishonor her.
Here come the prince and Claudio hastily.
Good day to both of you.
Hear you, my lords?
We have some haste.
Some haste? Are you so hasty now? Well, all is one.
Nay, do not quarrel with us, good old woman.
If she could right herself with quarreling, some of us would lie low.
Who wrongs her?
Mary, thou dissembler, I say thou hast belied my innocent child. Thy slander has gone through and through her soul, and she lies buried. Oh, in a tomb where her aunt where scandal never slept, save this of hers, framed by thy villainy.
My villainy?
Thine, Claudio, thine.
You say not right, old woman.
My lord, I will prove it on his body if he dare.
Away, I would not to do with you.
Canst thou so daff me? Thou hast killed my child. If thou wilt kill me, thou wilt kill one more man than thee.
He shall kill two of us. Let him kill one first. Win me and wear me. Let him answer me.
Brother.
Hold you content. God knows I love my niece, and she is dead. Slandered to death by villains, boys, apes, braggarts, jacks, millsops.
But brother.
Content yourself. Scrambling, outfacing, fashion-longing boys who lie and cog and flout, deprave and slander, who speak off half a dozen dangerous words, how they may hurt their enemies. If they durst,
but brother Anthony,
do not you meddle. Let me deal in this.
Gentlemen, lady, both, we will not wake your patience. My heart is sorry for your daughter's death, but upon my honor, she was charged with nothing but what was very true and full of proof.
My lord.
I will not hear you.
No? Come, brother. Away, I will be heard.
And shall, or some of us will smart for it.
See. Here comes the man we went to seek.
Now, Signor, what news?
Good day, my lord.
Welcome, Signor. You're almost come to part almost a fray.
We had like to have had our two noses snapped off by two old ones without teeth.
Leonada and her brother, what thinkest thou? Had we fought, I doubt we should have been too young for them.
In false quarrel there is no true valor. I came to seek you both.
We have been up and down to seek thee, for we are high-proof melancholy, and would fain to have it beaten away. Wilt thou use thy wit?
It is in my fist, shall I draw it?
Dost thou wear thy wit by thy side?
Never any did so, though. Very many have been beside their wit.
I shall meet your wit in the career, and you charge it against me. Shall I have a word in your ear?
God bless me from a challenge.
You are a villain. I jest not! I will make it good how you dare, with what you dare, and when you dare. Do me right, or I will protest your cowardice. You have killed a sweet and innocent lady, and her death shall fall heavy on you. Let me hear from you!
Well, I will meet you, so I may have good cheer.
Fare you well, boy. You know my mind. I shall leave you to your gossip-like humor. My lord, for your many courtesies, I thank you. I must discontinue your company. Your brother, the bastard John, has fled from Messina. You among you have killed a sweet lady. As for Lord Blackbeard over there, he and I shall meet. Until then, peace be with him.
He is in earnest.
In most profound earnest, and I'll warrant you for the love of Beatrice.
And hath challenged thee.
Most sincerely.
Did he not say, my brother was fled?
Come you, sir! If justice cannot tame you, she shall weigh more reasons in her balance. And nay, once you must be a cursing hypocrite, once you must be looked to.
How now? Two of my brother's men bound? Baraccio one?
Hearken after their offense, my lord.
Officers, what offense have these men done?
Marry, sir, they have committed false reports. Moreover, they have spoken untruths. Secondarily, they are slanders. Now, sixth and lastly, they have belied a lady. Now, Thirdly, they have verified unjust things. And to conclude, they are lying knaves.
This learned constable is too cunning to be understood. What's your offense?
Sweet prince, do you heal us? Then let's discount kill us.
What your wisdoms cannot uncover, these shallow fools have brought to light when the knight overheard me confessing to this man how Don John, your brother, and sentenced me to slander the lady hero. How you were brought into the orchard to see me court Margaret in hero's garments. How you disgraced her when you should have married her.
We desire nothing but the reward of villains.
Runs not this speech like iron through your blood?
I have drunk poison whilst they uttered it.
But did my brother set thee onto this?
Yea.
And paid richly for the practice of it.
Sweet hero, now thy doth appear in the rare semblance that I loved it first.
Come, bring away the plaintiffs. By this time our sexton hath reformed Signora Leonata of the matter. And masters, do not forget to specify when time and place shall serve that I am an ass.
Which is the villain? Let me see his eyes, so that when I note him, I may avoid him. Which of these is him?
You would know your wronger, lady. Look on our...
Art thou the slave that with thy breath has killed mine innocent child?
Yea, even I alone.
Not so. 'Tis true that he and my master's false accusation caused the death of the good lady. But one must pay for the company one keeps. I, too, have served Don Pedro's false brother against your ladyship, the prince, and this goodly count. We alone are guilty.
Not so, villains. For here stand a pair of honorable men that had hands in it. I thank you, princes, for my daughter's death. 'Twas bravely done, if you bethink you of it.
I know not how to pray your patience, yet I must speak. Choose your revenge yourself. Impose me to what penance your invention can lay upon my sin. It sinned I not, but in mistaking.
By my soul, nor I.
I cannot bid you bid my daughter live. That were impossible. But I pray you, possess the people in Messina here how innocent she died. And if your love can labor aught in sad invention, hang an epitaph upon her tomb. Sing it to her bones. Sing it tonight. Then, come you to my house. And since you could not be my son-in-law, be yet my nephew. My brother hath a daughter, almost a copy of my child that is dead, and she alone is the heir to both of us. Give her the right you should have given her cousin, and so dies my revenge.
Oh, noble madam, your overkindness doth wring tears from me. I do embrace your offer.
Then I expect her coming. Tonight I take my leave. This man shall face to face be brought with Margaret.
By my soul, she knew not what she did when she spoke with me, but hath always been just and virtuous.
Moreover, madam, which is not written under white and black, that plaintiff there did call me an ass. I beseech you, let that be remembered in his punishment.
I thank thee for thy care and honest pains.
Your ladyship speaks like a most reverend and youthful maiden, and I praise God for you.
Go, I discharge thee of thy prisoner, and I thank thee.
God restore you to health, and I humbly give you leave to depart.
I bid you farewell, my lord. We will look for you anon.
I will not fail.
Tonight, I'll mourn with Hero.
Come.
Pray thee, sweet Mistress Margaret, deserving by my hands by helping me to the speech of Beatrice.
Will you write me a sonnet in praise of my beauty?
Oh, it's so high a style, Margaret, that no man shall come over it.
To have no man come over me?
Thy wit is as quick as the greyhound's mouth that catches. I pray thee, call Beatrice. I give thee the bucklers.
Give us the swords. We have bucklers of our own.
They are dangerous weapons for maids.
Well, then I shall call Lady Beatrice, who I think hath legs.
And therefore will come. I can find no rhyme to lady but baby. An innocent rhyme for scorn. Horn, a hard rhyme for school. Fool, an innocent rhyme. Very ominous endings. No, I wasn't born under the rhyming planet. Make you cry, baby. Say goodbye, baby. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you, scorn. Never gonna give you. Oh, Lady Beatrice, did thou come for I called?
Yea, Signor, and depart when you bid.
Oh, but stay till then.
Oh, then is spoken, and fare you well now. Giving me what I came for, knowing what hath passed between you and Claudio.
Only foul words, and thereupon I will kiss thee.
Foul words is but foul wind, and foul wind is but foul breath, and therefore I will depart unkissed.
But I must tell thee plainly, Claudio undergoes my challenge, and either I must hear from him shortly, or I'll render him a coward. And I pray thee, come, tell me, for which of my bad parts did thou first fall in love with me?
Why, for all of them together. But for which of my good parts did you first suffer love for me?
Suffer love? Good epithet. I do suffer love indeed, for I love thee against my will. Thou and I are too wise to woo peaceably.
It appears not in this confession. There's not one wise man among 20 that will praise himself.
So much for praising myself, who I myself will bear witness, is praiseworthy. Now tell me, how doth your cousin?
Very ill.
And how do you?
Very ill, too.
Serve God, love me, and mend, for I shall leave you too. For here comes one in haste.
Madam, you must come to your aunt. Jonas will call at home. It is proved my lady hero hath been falsely accused. The prince and Claudio mightily abused. Don John, the author of all, who is fled and gone. Will you come presently?
Will you go hear this news, Signor?
I will live in thy heart, die in thy lap, and be buried in thy eyes. And moreover, I will come with thee to thy house.
Death by slanderous tongues is the hero that here lies. Death, guerdon of her wrongs, gives her fame which never dies. So the life that died with shame lives in death with glorious fame. Now, music, sound, and sing your solemn hymn. Heavily, heavily. Now, unto thy bones good night. Yearly will I do this right.
Let us hence and put on other reeds, and then to Leonada's we will go.
Did I not tell you she was innocent?
So were the Prince and Claudio who accused me. Daughter.
I am glad that all things sort so well.
And so am I, else by faith being forced to call Claudio to a reckoning for her.
Daughter, and gentlemen of all, withdraw to a chamber, and when I send for you, come hither masked. Brother, you know your office. Tonight you must be the father to your sister's daughter, and give her to young Claudio.
I will do so with confirmed countenance.
Friar, I must entreat thy pains, I think.
To do what, senor?
To bind me or undo me. One of them. Signora Leonata, truth is, Signora, your niece requites you with an eye of favor.
'Tis most true.
And I do requite her with an eye of love.
But what's your will?
My will and your good will may stand with ours, to be conjoined in an honorable state of marriage, in which, friar, I shall entreat thy helps.
My heart is with your liking.
And my help.
Here comes the Prince and Claudio.
name I must seize upon.
The same as she. The same as she. The same as she, and I do give you her.
Why, then she's mine. Sweet, let me see your face.
No, that you shall not. Not until you take her hand before this friar and swear to marry her.
Give me your hand. Before this holy friar, I am your husband, if you like of me.
And when I lived, I was your other wife. And when you loved, you were my other husband.
Another hero?
Nothing certain. Why hero died defiled, but I do live. And surely, as I live, I am a maid.
The former hero that is dead.
She died, my lord. But whilst her slander lived.
After the holy rites are ended, I'll tell you largely a fair hero's death. Meantime, let wonder seem familiar, and to the chapel let us presently.
Soft and fur, friar. Which is Beatrice?
I answer to that name. What is your will?
Do you not love me?
Why, no. No more than reason.
Why then, your aunt and Claudio and the prince have been deceived. They swore you did.
Do not you love me?
Troth, and no more than reason.
Why, then my cousin, Margaret, and Balthasar were much deceived, for they swore you did.
They swore you were sick for me.
They swore you were well nigh dead for me.
'Tis no such matter. So then you do not love me?
No, truly, but in friendly recompense.
Come, cousin. I'm sure you love the gentleman.
And I'll be sworn upon it that he loves her. For here's a letter written in his hand, a halting sonnet of his own pure brain, fashioned to Beatrice.
And here's another, read by my cousin's hand, stolen from her pocket, containing her confession to benefit.
A miracle. Our hands against our hearts. Come, I will have thee. But by this light, I take thee for pity.
I would not deny you, but by this good day, I yield upon great persuasion, and partly to save your life, for I was told you were in a consumption.
Peace. I will stop thy mouth.
Oh,
How dost thou, Benedict, the married man?
Tell thee what, friar. Tell thee what, prince. A college of windcrackers could not flout me out of my humor. In brief, since I do purpose to marry, I will think nothing that the world has said against it. So, say nothing of what I have said against it. For man is a giddy thing, and this is my conclusion. Claudio, for thy part, I did think to have beaten thee, but thou art to be my kinsman. Live unbruised and love my cousin.
I had well hoped thou wouldst have denied, Beatrice, that I might have cudgeled thee out of thy single life.
Come, here we are married. Let us dance here we are married, so that we may lighten our hearts and our wives' heels.
Ooh. There will be dancing afterwards.
First, play music. Prince, thou art sad. Get thee a wife. Get thee a wife.
My lord, your brother, John, is taken in flight and brought with armed men to Messina.
Think not of it till tomorrow. I'll devise thee brave punishments for him. Strike up, pipers!
It's usually play tradition that on closing night, we give each of the seniors a gift. And I just want to say to all of you seniors, whether you joined for this one play or you've been acting since your freshman year, it's been wonderful to have you. I feel like I've learned so much from each of you. I feel like the play would have been a complete mess without any of you. It would take a long time for me to hand all of these out because there's so many of you, but every single one of us in the cast appreciates you, and every single audience member loved your performance. So congratulations to you.
Night. So I just wanted to say, I would have done this play because we did it Shakespeare last year, and we can do Shakespeare in 6 weeks or with exams, mid-year exams, project week. So really, it's only a month, and then the short month of February. So it's really crazy to do Shakespeare, but a couple of seniors. Avery and Margaret, and Joe actually too. So we're like, we want to do this play. So, what do you do when a group of kids say, we want to do this play? You do it, right? Let's be smart about it. So thank you for your dedication and your vision to make this a reality. I also wanted to thank, the designers. Could the designers step forward? We had Joe as sound design. And Lillian and Adara did costume design. And then we had stage manager Sienna, who was at all rehearsals and throughout the tech, and also designed the lights. So. We had Katia, who did everything backstage. She painted, she did the props, she was assistant lighting, then she was assistant stage manager. At one point she was moving the blocks.
She shuts the actors up when they're being too loud back
Right,
there.
and then at one point I said, could you read for, she's like, no, I will not do that. So we have to also thank, please, I had Ben O'Donnell come because he came on Wednesday, he worked a couple of days, and he was on stage last night as the friar, so thank you. I kept adding things for him to play. And then to Eli Denenberg, who just started on Wednesday and got off book for some of the scenes and then to our stagehands, Luke. Oh, there you guys are. Yeah, Luke joined us on Wednesday as well. Thank you so much. And then I also have to say, on Tuesday night, I wrote to Margaret and I said, Margaret, is there a way that you could also play Verges? And she's like, yeah. And then we realized how crazy it was. And then we said, that craziness is going to make it all the more fun. So, and it also got her the occasion to be on stage with her younger brother. Shanelle Villegas. She was a student of mine at Berkeley, where I teach as well, at the Boston Conservatory, graduated there, and then I followed her through being on stage, and then I kept saying, are you available? Are you available? And she kept being available. And it's been such a pleasure to work with you. And I know you're adored by everybody. So it's just such a pleasure. actually like to take a picture of you all dressed up on the stage.
Yay.
Because we didn't have time with all the replacements of everybody throughout the week. We were really rehearsing tonight up until we opened the house, and we were rehearsing last night all the scenes that people were not in. So these kids have worked so hard. And I just have to